Okay, guys. To this week, we're going to add integers. Adding integers has rules, just like multiplying and dividing, but they're a little more complicated and not as easy as if they're two positives, your answer is positive. If it's two negatives, your answer is negative. If the signs are different, if they're two negatives, your answer is positive. I'm sorry. If your signs are different, then it's negative, like it was with multiplying and dividing. So, we're just going to take it one step at a time, and we're just going to do adding. I'm not going to worry about subtracting right now. And I'm not going to tell you the rules at first. I'm going to sort of show you how it works on a number line and make it relate to money as well, because we always understand things that relate to money. And then at the end, I will show you how the rules apply. So, first problem here is a negative 3 plus 8. So we're going to start at negative 3. And we're going to add a positive 8. So if it's positive, that means I'm going to move to the right. And I'm going to move to the right 8 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my answer is 5. Now, I'm also going to relate this to money, because we always understand things when we can relate it to money. So the negative 3 is like you are broke and you owe me $3. So you get your weekly $8 allowance. So you pay me the $3 you owe me. You still have $5 left. So negative 3, owe $3. You get $8. After you pay what you owe, you still have $5, which means if you have it, that is a positive. And again, you can see it with the number line as well. Okay, so the next problem is a negative 2, but this time we're going to add a negative 5. A while ago, we added a positive 8. This time we're adding a negative 5. So if I start here at negative 2, and while ago when we added a positive number, we went to the right. So if we're adding a negative number, that's right, we're going to go to the left 5 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my answer is negative 7. Put it in context with money. You already owed me $2. Negative 2. You come to me and you go, hey, I need to borrow $5 more. So I give it to you. So you owed me $2. Now you owe me $5 more. So in total, you owe me $7. Excuse me. Okay, so let's look at these two examples and put in our rules, our integer rules. So one integer rule says if the signs are different. Yeah, ran out of room, didn't I? If the signs are different. And in this problem, the signs were different. I had a negative 3 and I had a positive 8. That's what I mean by the signs are different. One sign is a negative, one sign is a positive. So what do you do when the signs are different? You subtract. Well, 8 minus 3 is 5, isn't it? And then what do you do about deciding if your answer is a positive or a negative? According to the rule, if your signs are different, you subtract and you take the sign of the greater absolute value. Now, usually they leave out that word absolute. They'll say take the sign of the greater value. But truly is take the sign of the greater absolute value. So let's think, what would be the absolute value of negative 3? 3. what would be the absolute value of 8? 8. So 8 has the greatest value. 8 in the original problem is positive. So your answer is positive. So let's walk through the steps again with the rules. First, your signs are different. One's a negative, one's a positive. So what do you do when your signs are different? You subtract. 8 minus 3 is 5. Then you have to decide, is that answer going to be a positive 5 or a negative 5? And this tells you to take the sign of the greater absolute value, which this has the greater absolute value. Since it's a positive, my answer is a positive. And we'll look at some more examples in a moment. Now, on your assignment that you're going to do for extra credit this week, if your answer is positive, like this here, positive 5, don't put a little plus sign in front of it. Remember, if there's no sign at all, we assume it's positive, and so just leave it that way. Okay, so let's look at this example. This time, let me get rid of this, sorry. This time, my signs are alike. So when your signs are alike, remember a while ago they were different. These are alike. This is a positive. This is a positive. They are alike. What do you do when they're alike? You add. And I always tell kids A for alike and A for add. So when your signs are alike, you add and you keep the same sign. So my signs are alike, so I'm going to add. 2 plus 5 is 7. Is it going to be a positive or a negative 7? You keep the same sign. So since both of these were negative, your answer will be negative. And that's what we came up with a while ago, wasn't it? All right, let's look here at this one. Are my signs alike or are they different? Signs are different. So when they are different, you could say this, you're going to find the difference. And difference means to subtract. So when your signs are different, you're going to find the difference. And the difference of 10 minus 7, and you can flop them around on this occasion, is 3. And then remember, you take the sign of the largest base value or absolute value. So that would be this. And since that's a negative, my answer is going to be negative. Now let's see if it works on the number line. Here we are at 7. We're going to add a negative, which means we're going to go to the left 10 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we are. And that is the answer. If, put in context of money, if you had $7, but you wanted to purchase something that cost $10, you would be $3 what we call short, or $3 negative. But when the signs are different, you find the difference, which means subtract, and take the sign of the largest number. Okay, we're going to look at some more examples. All right, so are my signs alike or are they different? They are different. One is a negative and one is a positive. When they are different, you find the difference. Difference means to subtract. So 12 minus 9 is 3. Now, is it going to be a positive 3 or a negative 3? You take the sign of the greatest. That's really bad writing. Of the greatest absolute value. Absolute value of negative 9 is 9. Absolute value of 12 is 12. So this has the greatest absolute value. That 12 is a positive 12 to begin with. So my answer will be a positive 3. Okay, think about it as money. If you owed me $9 and you got $12, you would pay me the 9 and you would have $3 left. Positive 3. Okay, let's look at this problem. Are my signs alike or different? They are different. So I find the difference. The difference, 12 minus 5 is 7. Now, is it going to be a positive or a negative 7? You take the sign of the greatest absolute value. This would have an absolute value of 12. This would have an absolute value of 5. This is the greatest. It's negative, so my answer is going to be a negative. Think of it as money. If you owed me $12 and someone gave you a $5 bill, even after you pay me that $5, you're still going to owe me $7. If you owe me money, that is a negative 7. But whoa, Miss Pendleton, we've been doing problems like this since we was little. Yes, but they're integers. So are my signs alike or are they different? They are alike. They're both positive. And if they're both alike, we add A and A. And that would be 15. And we keep the same sign. They're both positive, so my answer will be positive. Are my signs alike or different? They are alike. So if they are alike, we add. And 17 plus 8 is 25. Is it going to be a positive or a negative 25? We keep the same sign when they are alike. So since they're both negative, my answer will be negative. Now again, guys, this is not for grade. I know we're not together and I know this makes this harder, but I wanted you to have some kind of knowledge of integers, their operations, before you go into 7th grade. So that's why everything we do with integers is going to be for extra credit. No pressure, but I really, really want you to try it, and I really want you to do it without a calculator. Yes, can you put this in a calculator, get the right answers, get the extra credit? Sure. Is that going to help you next year when you get into 7th grade? No. So, be mature about this. Think about this. What's better for me in the long run? And try this. And it can't hurt your grade. It can only help your grade. So, if you have any questions, please text, call, or email. See ya.